How long it takes a beginner like my dad
Great technology if used properly. 28 minutes and nobody's looked at this screen yet to know that it's turned off for viewers? Question mark?
There we are.
There we go.
Now somebody can hear us.
But anyway, to answer your question, yeah, I'm completely open to that. That's great. Again, that temporary loss of the 5,000 is nothing when you multiply that over the years of taxes we'll get.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a quick ROI, less than 2 years.
And I did put some questions here at the end of my memo for you guys to think about. So you answered the one about the $5,000. I did float about if we're picky about the types of development. So we know that duplexes are going on along the side of the development here. Are we open to offering this for duplexes? Is it per unit if we do a duplex? Is it per the full building? Are we open to anything and everything, and all development's good?
I would have to say that it's the whole building for the duplex, because sometimes duplexes, the same family buys both sides.
Mhm.
I mean, it's more common than you think.
Sounds good.
Because it's all about building, because they're not gonna build one half of the duplex, they're gonna build the whole building.
Sounds good. And then I talk about if we wanted to multiply it for a developer's agreement. I don't need the answer to that right now, but when I come back to you all with the developer's agreement, we could talk about that. And then I floated the idea for commercial lots. So we do, believe it or not, we do have 2 to 3 commercial lots that are available for the village. If we're willing to do the same kind of deal, that might be a good thing for us to advertise as well with the realtors that are trying to sell those lots.
Yeah, because taxes would be a lot higher on commercial. We probably get back our money and
Yeah, your ROI is even quicker, higher. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if it helps sell that last 15 acres out there, be well worth the $5,000.
But that's a whole different piece. That's the industrial. I was talking about the couple
Yeah.
commercial lots.
Oh, you said commercial.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
just any new
We can do that.
construction.
Yeah.
we want to encourage any new construction.
Mhm. Great.
What do you need from us? to make
Um,
this?
I would love an affirmative vote. That would be great. And I would say that if you want to backdate it to January 1st, just because we did just get that condo permit in, and I would make sure we can communicate that to them. I know Hillcrest is kind of waiting with bated breath as well to know if this moves forward. So
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Rising costs and everything, anything to get people to come in is beneficial. And, as we said, our return on investment is just going to be within 2 years.
So, great. Any further discussion?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, so I guess,
So do you need a motion?
that would be wonderful.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the Fredonia First Residential Housing Development Initiative. Backdated to January 1st, 2026.
now do we want to include the word residential in that, or are we
Or do we-
leaving it
yeah.
open to new construction?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you want to amend your motion to include, I guess, any new construction, however you want to put that.
Fredonia First Development Initiative.
Yeah,
There you
we'll
go.
work with the wording of what that looks like, but
Okay. Make a motion to approve the Fredonia First Development Initiative. Backdated to January 1st, 2026.
All right, we have a motion
Second.
and a second. Shane. All right, we have a motion and a second. If there's no further comments, we'll call the vote. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Thank you.
That brings us to correspondence. You all have a flyer from ATC in front of you. Read that at your will. I think we got something in the mail at home too from them, so they're really pitching their case. And then anything else, Administrator Jenkins, on correspondence?
Sure. I just had one thing, as the community knows, and we all know very well, we had increased truck traffic in the last couple of weeks here with the Vantage development and all of the dirt and rocks and fill that's moving back and forth. Two things. One, Director Paulus went to a county meeting where they tried to address this at a county level. The roads and routes that they're taking are along county roads. And so just remember that when people are asking you questions, it's kind of out of our jurisdiction. But there are things like speeding, and if they're breaking any of our local ordinances that we can enforce. So Eric did a good job up there working with the sheriff's department and with their county highway department to help them redirect those routes. So if you've noticed a little bit of less vehicles moving down through Fredonia Ave, that's why. And then two, the city administrator from Port Washington, Melissa Pingle, reached out to me just very nicely and apologized and said, you know what, this is a big project for everybody. We understand that it impacts a lot of communities, and she really reached out with, you know, what can we do to help and assist? And so I appreciate that phone call. And so we'll keep you updated. Obviously, this isn't our project, but if there's anything that we can handle directly, then obviously we will.
That being said, because of the increased traffic, and I'm sure there's gonna be just in general.
Yeah.
For the next year or so until, because I'm assuming they're building a road, right? That's where all the gravel.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what it all involves? Yeah.
Builder. Yeah, outfill or whatever, the crosswalk. That we want down by Jen's. Are we on track to have that installed prior to the opening of the splash pad?
It's a great question. We literally just
Because-
toured that this week. We went down Fredonia Ave and looked at all the intersections.
Because with the increased traffic, my son actually asked
Yep.
me about it because we were talking about the dump trucks, and he's
Yeah.
like, when are they going to put that up? And I said, hopefully before the opening of the splash pad,
Mm.
because my son complains about getting across that street.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can make promises on how quickly we can get it in, but I know we just had chats with our engineers this week as well about it. I mean, do you know timing on like getting equipment like that?
So I did buy some on the auction last fall that we can put up there. It's not gonna be LED, it's not gonna be the nice ones by Dollar General. Now those took 9 months to get.
Okay.
I have one sitting at the shop. So we were looking for spots to make sure I don't miss anything. The county's been in contact already, what do we need, because we put it on the county road, what do we need? So I'm not putting it up there and then I take it back down and put it back up again. So he gave me what we needed, and now it's next to make sure that location is correct, and then what, you know.
I just know the splash pad is going to be a big draw. And there's going to be a lot of kids on the north side trying to cross over to the south side.
Yeah, so the two locations, for those that aren't familiar, we have the one in front of Divine Savior. That's the easy one for pedestrian traffic for parents and kids. The difficult one is where in that hodgepodge of roads do we put the other one? And so really the best location is where Wisconsin comes out onto Fredonia on the left side, because there's already room for a crosswalk. The problem is that you have that one residence with the, you know, wooded fence barrier with the big trees there, and there really isn't that much room. Although Isaac somehow thinks that we can fit a crosswalk light. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but that would allow the direct traffic for pedestrians from one side of Fredonia Ave to the other, then straight into Marie Krause. So if we can get it there, that's our preference. And so I guess I don't know if we have to wait for 9 months for one and we just use the other one you got. for the first one. Maybe we can look for direction from you all on which one you feel is maybe a higher priority. Like if the splash pad was just the more important one, then maybe we can get that up now with the equipment we have.
I just, in my personal
Yeah.
opinion, it's going to be a really big draw.
Yep.
So there's gonna be a lot of,
There's a crosswalk up by St. Lutheran already, right? Up on the hill. St. John's.
Yeah.
Or St. John's.
By St. John's, yeah.
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 What if we just increase the visibility of the crosswalk at South Milwaukee and then increase the visibility of the bike path? And make it much more known that that bike path is there as an option to come across right there, head down South Milwaukee and then shoot over, take the bike path over to the.
Mhm.
I don't know how comfortable parents are with their kids crossing railroad tracks either, but.
Yeah.
Either way, if you come from South Milwaukee or from the, the neighborhood up here and then have to walk
well,
past Jen's, you still have to cross the road.
in my case, I have a 13-year-old, and he's with his friends and he's not with me. Going to the fastest direct route, which is right down by Jen's. So I don't know what the best way is, but. I do know we're gonna get a lot more foot traffic
Yep.
and bike traffic.
I was getting a little concerned about the one at the bottom of the hill by Jen's is if. For the future, if we could come up with a crosswalk then that actually has a sign up at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
That starts flashing if it gets activated, because. You have one of those dump trucks running down that hill with full load.
Yep.
If they activate the light right as they're coming down the hill, but even going 25, it's a lot of work to stop, but if they have a flashing light at the top of the hill, they already know now that the crosswalk's active.
Mhm.
Where does it go 25, like, what is it? It's 45 by park
Mhm.
and then does it,
And when you get into the apartments, that's when
Yeah.
that's what it's like 35?
Yeah.
It's 25 for.
Yeah, it's
Right at the top of the
Yeah,
hill with the,
Fine.
the apartments is 25.
So,
I wonder if that can get pushed.
Yeah,
So
I
we're-
know-
Not a start now.
we are kind of getting into the weeds here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is, I mean, we're under correspondence right now, so,
Yeah.
It sounds like
Although-
we'll put together options and, we could maybe work together on where those priority points are. That'd be great.
Should
So-
put an action item on the public works agenda.
Oh, yeah.
so would that be, items for future consideration?
Well, we're actually meeting with Public Works next week, so yeah, we could just add it on there.
Was that time able to change that you texted me about?
What's that?
The time about the meeting? Was there a change or?
No, I ended up chatting with Chairperson Frank and she was committed to sticking to that date. We just couldn't find another date or time to get everything in there.
All right. So that kind of covers the items for future consideration. Is there anything else that we want to add? If not, we are in order to adjourn.
I had a question about consideration
Okay.
for Eric. Temporarily, will the county allow us to add additional stop signs to Fredonia?
No,
No.
when I was talking to the sheriff, then yesterday, they were talking about our Cedar Valley Park stop signs, and just because there's so many, I say so many, there's more than one jurisdiction that runs through Village of Fredonia with that being a county road. There's a lot more than just put some up on like Fillmore and Highway AH. So, I mean, anything can be done, but that's gotta go higher up than just here at county then, so.
So I know when I came out the other morning, the dump trucks were rolling through and there were 40 and then morning traffic, so it was like, I was sitting on South Milwaukee waiting to turn left for quite some time, but.
I'm going to guess with the increased complaints and call volume to the county about the truck coming through here. I think they're taking a different route and using 57 more, so there's a lot less trucks right now, those needs for that speed. But it's all determined by what pit they're coming from, right? And you're not gonna come from way south, drive north to come just here, but it is set by the DOT. So that's why they are only on county roads.
It's good to know. All right. If that was the last, then we are in order to adjourn. Motion,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor?
I.
All opposed? We're adjourned.
Also, days.
This month, it's the next.
This is about flyer.
I'll just send you What we do if you vote and approve?
Then get comfortable. We'll be here for a while.
Sway me to go there.